Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Monday Mack.
Before we get started, Demons and Desires is out everywhere. Go listen to it. It's streaming now everywhere. Matthew
If
sings it.
you if you have anything that connects to the internet, or you know people that have the internet, talk to them and look up Demons and Desires by the Mack Brothers. It'll come up.
Just Google it.
Just
Google us.
Google it. You could Bing it. You could DuckDuckGo it.
If you
I
Google
don't
us,
know any other search
are we the
engines.
first?
You can
We're
ask
first too.
Jeeves. You can ask Jeeves. Just ask him. Go listen to it. All right, so this week, so you should
You
listen to
Google
that.
us. You Google us. We pop right up.
Look
There's
how
no
easy it is.
there's no excuse.
Look how easy it is. So you should do that. Google us, listen to our music, especially Demon to Desires. Listen to all our songs, and then listen to this review, and then you'll understand where we're coming from. So the first thing we have is very important. People that are near and dear to our heart, they go by Scoopski. Officially, they go by Scoopski.
Yes.
And they put out a new Christmas. I guess it's an EP, right? It's 5 songs or an EP
Halloween.
or Halloween. I'm so used to saying because we put out holiday music. They put out a new Halloween EP, and today we're reviewing.
You Google Scoopski, they come right up.
This is how easy this is. Go
The
on their
first
Bandcamp.
thing.
I think everyone should go on their Bandcamp.
The
They should
whole
buy all their music and listen to all their music because it's all good music. And actually, John, the way you broke this list out, it was perfect because we're reviewing Scoopski first and we're reviewing Blink 182 second.
yes.
And they are in the same vein. They're close stylistically. And I gotta say, the song we're reviewing today is Ghost in the Foyer. This song was so good.
It
This
was
song was
good.
great.
It's so
This is
good.
by far the best song on our list today. I actually think we probably should have put it last because I'm going to talk about this song. It's good, and then we're going to talk about the rest of the list. And I'm going to shit on it. So Ghost in the Foyer, I thought was. I don't know if it's my favorite Scoopsy song. I might have recency bias, but I think it's my favorite Scoopsy song. I really do. I love the drums in this song. I love the way they mix the song like so much. It sounds really, really good. And it's the first real Halloween thing that I've exposed myself to this year, and I have to thank Scoopski for getting me into the spooky season and the spooky spirit. So I
Yes.
gave this song, and I also appreciate the song is about 2 minutes long. It's a shout out, and I saw because go follow Scoopski on Twitter. It's kind of an homage to Paul McCartney songs like Maxwell's Silver Hammer, which you can totally hear right away. I don't know how he so clearly recorded the whistles, but
Hmm.
they're very clearly recorded and they sound really, really good. I gave this song because the last Coopsy song you have a 40 out of 10, and I actually think this is better. So I'm giving this song a 41 out of 10 for sure. It's pop punk Paul McCartney Halloween music. It doesn't get much better than that. Um, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Just to promote them even more. So this is a part of a Halloween EP called Halloween with Scoopski. 5 songs, 2 originals, 3 covers. They do a really great cover of I Put a Spell on You. Uh, excuse me. But Pumpkin Smile, which is the opener, which is a delicious track. I was the first time I heard it, I had a pumpkin spice coffee from Wawa.
Oh, that's just too
It's
good.
really great. But then I listened to the whole EP. It's great. And then Ghost in the Foyer came on, and I was just blown away. I thought it was so good. I what did I say to them? I said it's so good, it's whatever. And he said, I was hoping you'd dig that one. Definitely went for a McCartney vibe, when I'm 64 kind of vibe on it. And I said, yeah, that's so far up my alley. I've seen it digging in my garbage.
That's a good way to put it. It's like A raccoon you
Oh no,
won't find.
I just made that up. I said, yeah, it's so far up my alley. I've seen it breaking into my garage.
Yeah, no,
So either way,
it's the
either
total
way.
truth. I feel like if we were gonna
So you
collab
gave it a
with
41 out of
Scoopski,
10.
I gave it a 41 out of 10. Yeah,
Uh, I'll just run through my notes. Um, all the songs on the EP are great, but this one could have been the Yellow Submarine B-side, a lovely song that has a short runtime but tells an adorable and funny story. You gave it a 41 out of 10. I'm giving it a 240s out of 10.
240s. Oh my god.
240.
You
And
know
it's
what? If
that's
Scoopski
80
was here right now, down here in North Carolina with me, I would take him to the food line up the street from me, and I would buy him 240s.
or like an apple or something.
I would get him 740s and 16 apples.
So that's number one. It's even without our bias, it's the best song on the list.
Yeah, no, truly, it really
the next one,
it
the
really
next
was.
one, the next one, I wonder how Scoopski would rate it
I was thinking the
because
same thing when I was listening to it. I was
it
like, oh
is
god.
Blink 182's new song, One More Time.
I feel like Blink 182, like Scoopski should now write for Blink 182 because they are not what they were.
It's like Poopski writes for Blink 182.
Yeah, I wrote two sentences. Sappy nonsense. Scoopski's a million times better. Listen to them instead of this 3 out of 10.
I said, ew, a 3. I said, ew, these guys are like 50. Sounds like a parody, 0.9 out of 10.
Point nine. Oh, that's brutal. That's
I
brutal. To be
couldn't
fair,
believe,
John,
you know
John, to be
why?
fair, I couldn't get through the whole song, so I couldn't properly
Oh,
rate it. So I gave
I
it a
heard the
3 out of
whole
10.
song. I heard the whole song, and the fact that they wrote First Date and like I Miss You and
All of their
what's that
great songs. The fact that the first 3 albums they did were what they were.
what's that one song? Gotta regret right now. I'm feeling it. Oh,
Feeling this.
feeling this is so good.
Awesome
And then they
song.
come out with this. Like
Even Adam's song.
change something up, man. That's brutal. That is
I don't know.
brutal. They're
No
all
spark.
fathers. They're all old father. They're in their 40s and 50s, these guys.
So next up, we have a song called Modern Girls by Bleachers. And for some reason, or Modern Girl, I think, not with an S. Now, for some reason, I thought the song was going to be a little bit more like the song Modern Girls and Old Fashioned Men by the Strokes. I don't know
Man,
why, just with the title, but I was very disappointed by this song.
talk about an excellent song, Modern Girls and Old Fashioned Men.
Go listen to it. I don't know where we would rate that because I'd have to listen to it, review it, but it's at least an 8 or a 9.
That's an 8. That's an 8.7, like just off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
all right, so what's your rating on this?
Oh, okay. So I wrote should be a Bruce Springsteen song. Um, Jesus, oh my God. Also, wow, he totally took this whole melody from REM. End of the World as We Know It. I was like, what is going on? Like Jack Antonoff is so great. Why is he doing that? Like, what is this? I feel like he's trying to write Heartland anthems for an audience that doesn't exist anymore. Below average to me, 4 out of 10.
All right, so it's only one. The fact that it's only 1 point above one more time by Blink 182 is pretty funny. It does show me that you didn't
So
listen to the
boring.
full
I listened
song.
to the whole song. It was just fucking
Yeah,
boring.
the Blink song.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't listen to the whole Blink-182 song, no. No, I didn't.
Because that's so bad.
I read the
Um,
lyrics. The lyrics are a 0.
I wonder if Jack Antonoff likes Springsteen. Was the first sentence I wrote. Sounds like a plastic breakable Alex Cameron. Um, Still after the Blink song, this is good, and to be fair, it's fine on its own. Um, but it could have been on any of the previous albums they did. Fine, nothing, 5 out of 10.
Mm. Yeah, that's just whatever. Next up, another song that was
I'm a
just
sucker. I gotta be honest
fucking
though,
whatever.
real quick. I'm a sucker for saxophone, like fun saxophone.
That was the
Uh,
best part. That was like the intro was the best part of the song.
yeah. I mean, you know too, I didn't like the line, something about like the girls shaking their asses or whatever. It's like that's not what you do, dude.
You don't do
Put
that
your
at all.
glasses
No.
back on. Put your glasses back on, put the weird hat on, and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, go
Number four.
go go review hand sanitizer with all your other weird New York liberal friends.
Yeah. Yeah, go vote
All right,
for Hillary.
next.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
nerd.
go donate to Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Um, next up we have Cousin by Wilco. Man, if I could, if an AI generator was going to come up, if you typed in make a boring Wilco song that he shouldn't release, this is
Yeah.
what he would, this is what the AI generator would have made. What are your notes on the song?
All right, so you know I like Wilco. There's like two or three songs by Wilco that I fucking adore.
Okay.
This is not one of them. I listened to it twice to see if I missed something. It's so one note. Second half is slightly better than the first. The intro is better than the whole rest of the song, but I don't care about it at all. 4.5 out of 10.
I wrote nice dry mix. Also kind of boring to me. Doesn't open up until the last 30 seconds of the song. There's nothing there. 4 out of 10.
Pretty.
Next up we have
I
My Love Is All Mine by Mitsuki or Mitski.
think it's Mitski.
Mitski. Out of all the skis on our list, definitely the worst ski, with Scoopski being the best. Um, Kind of like Lana Del Rey. I guess the music is kind of nice. There's a great drum sound, and if you're looking for a lullaby, you should listen to this song. Very boring. Didn't care at all. 4 out of 10.
This is our maybe our most stark difference.
I don't go for those like misunderstood fucking like your song needs to be good. I don't care. There's nothing interesting about you, Mitski. At least in this song.
I didn't think it was well, this is my first Mitski song, so she is popular. I just never heard her. Really liked the production. Um, I really did like the way it was mixed
Yeah,
and
oh yeah,
mastered.
music's very nice.
Um, Song itself is fine. It's a bit uneventful, but it's only about 2 minutes, and that's good. It was a sweet tune. 6.4 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean that's I can live with that. Um Next is Born for so all right, so I looked up Been you wrote like Been Loving You or Been Fun Loving You is what you wrote. And I looked up Big Thief and I found a song called Born for Loving You slash Vampire Empire. And that's what I found. That's what I listened to. So it was a very weird song. The vocals are an acquired taste. It was like a weird, it was almost like Yoko Ono. It might be good live. I also got Bjork vibes from it. So I gave the song of like a 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. I didn't really know where to put it on the scale of things. I don't know which song I was listening to. I don't know if I was listening to Born for Loving You or Vampire Empire, but
I think you were
whichever one it
listening to,
was.
I think you listened to Vampire.
Did I listen to Vampire Empire maybe? I don't
I
know.
think
The song itself was both titles in one, and I thought that's what it was supposed to
really?
be. But the
What
song that you said, the title of the song you sent me was wrong. So I looked up Big Thief and I picked the
what
closest thing to it.
hold up.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a bit of confusion here.
Um, can you hear that?
No.
Oh. Uh, I
Is it
think
like
you
a,
listened to
what?
Vampire.
Yeah, I think I listened to. Did I listen to the wrong song?
I think you did because that was such a start. It was such a well, you reviewed Vampire. We're reviewing their EP. Their EP is
Okay.
called Their EP is called Vampire Empire / Born for Loving You. Matthew listened to the first half.
I have to pause. Hold on. We're back with John's review of the other half
Oh, what did you
of.
rate? What
Oh,
did
I
you rate
I
it?
rated Vampire Empire a 4 out of 10.
Okay. Two different experiences, it sounded like.
I really feel like the other song's probably a lot better.
I said I love this song.
Oh yeah, it's probably a lot better.
Reminds me of Pressure Machine by the Killers, or like Brandon Flowers, like a solo song by him,
We
like off
got
the second album.
completely different songs.
Lovely song, simple, fun, effective. 7.8 out of 10.
We got totally different songs. Vampire Hunter is not like that at all, or
Really
Vampire
fun.
Empire is like disjoint. It's like a weird. It's like the best Yoko Ono song that she could do right now. It was
Mhm.
like very strange. All right, so next we have Cat Food by Lil Wayne. I'll go first because I didn't care at all about the song. Nothing special or interesting. It's just another Lil Wayne song. 3 out of 10.
Uh, yeah, I
If this wasn't like his 150th song like this, I would have probably gave it like a 6. But he has
yeah.
150 other Lil Wayne songs that are just like this.
I said I don't care at all about the chorus, but the verses are really good. There's too much extra repetitive stuff that he put in, um, but he's still a really good lyricist. I gave it a 4.8 out of 10.
All right, moving on. We have another boring, worthless song, Agora Hills by Doja Cat. She's, you want to go first for this one?
Yeah, I do gotta say, she had I really liked Paint the Town Red, and I just listened to it. I like the song Demons. That's the one where she's like literally dressed as a demon. You know what I mean? And it was making
I
people
feel
go
like
crazy.
I'm fucking demon. I'm gonna bing bing
Guess what? Did you hear the song?
bing bing.
No, I didn't. I'm just guessing.
That's similar to that's pretty good.
It's very easy to do this. I could be Fuji Cat and totally do the whole thing.
But the production is, I mean, all these songs, the production's great, but like this production's like very Kendrick Lamar, like on the album, like the production and like the flow some of the flow that she has on some of her songs are Kendrick Lamar esque, but the lyrics obviously aren't. I said nice production. This is Agora Hills. Musically, it's a nice R&B song. The chorus and the singing parts are um kind of moderny, like, or like 2000s R&B, which is okay on the ears, but the verses are so boring to me. Not terrible, but I won't listen again. 4.9 out of 10.
Yeah, I wrote she's in her bag, I guess. Another whatever song. She's
She's in her
pandering
bag.
she's pandering to a bunch of lonely video game dudes with the Fortnite line and some of the other lines she made about incels and all that other weird shit. 3 out of 10, don't care.
Yeah,
So my 3 out of 10 is it's not the worst song I've ever heard, but I'm never going to listen to it again, and I wouldn't recommend anyone else to listen to it. But
I
it's
think
like that's my
that's
3 out of 10 score.
that's my fours and like upward fours.
I think a 4 is like this song would have been average, but there's one thing about it that annoys me. Like the song would have been okay, but this one particular part's not very good. That's a 4 to me. A 3 is like this song is just like very boring. There's nothing going on. Um, all right, so Um, Sarah's Place by Zach Bryan. Now, funnily enough, today on Twitter, I saw Zach Bryan opens every single show of his with a Kings of Leon song, different Kings of Leon song, because he's a giant Kings of Leon fan. And they were tweeting to each other about it because I think one of Zach Bryan's fans said it, and Nathan and Jared picked it up and they were saying like, "Hey, that's really cool. Like, we really appreciate it. Like, we think some of your music's cool." So I had very low expectations because the song's featuring a guy called Noah Kahan, and my partner loves Noah Kahan and listens to Noah Kahan's discography. Like she'll just play and listen to all of his songs, and all of his songs are very samey. It's just a guy sitting in, it's just a sad guy playing an acoustic guitar. It's like the best guy you'd ever see at an open mic, but after hearing all of his songs, are just like, what are you, dude? Come on, can you do something different now? Like it's just repetitive over. So I had low expectations. I thought the song was going to be terrible. I was pleasantly surprised. Um, Other than Scoopski, this is my highest rated song today. There's great drum sounds on the song. The song is not perfectly recorded, which I really, really like. I heard several different mistakes. They recorded this live. I'm almost sure that they played guitar on this and sung it at the same time and played it live because there were several parts where the guitars were out of time with each other in the left and right channel, which I thought was cool. Also, I liked the way their vocals were panned left and left. The lyrics were better than I expected from these two people because I was expecting like another Dan and Shay. But I think what I got was like a slightly, very, very slightly above average acoustic duo. And I think the surprise factor helped. I think if I wasn't surprised and I didn't have low expectations, I would have gave this at like a 4.7. But I was feeling generous, and after being bored to tears, I gave this a 6 out of 10.
So I actually thought this was better than you.
Really?
This might be my first Zach Brown song, which is there's a lot of firsts on
This
this.
is Zach Bryan.
Or Zach Bryan. Who's Zach Brown? Oh,
Zach Brown
Brown.
band. Yeah,
Oh,
he's like a big deal.
This is my first Zach Bryan song, and definitely my first Noah Kahan song. I never even heard of Noah Kahan.
He's big on Spotify. It's crazy.
But very pleasantly surprised. This is a really good song. It's Eagles / Houndmouth, like a little bit more produced than them vibe. I gave it a 7.6 out of 10.
Yeah, I feel like this song deserves that. I mean, this
Very
really
nice
took me by
song.
surprise. This
They
next
were
song.
some dead hoe that they knew.
This next song. All right, now that we got past the song, it was not too bad. This next song, I just wrote, "Ugh, I cannot do this."
Yeah.
This is a song called Mirage by OneRepublic featuring someone. I didn't remember the guy's name. The song is for the new Assassin's Creed Mirage video game. So I always have low expectations of a soundtrack song because they're written for a specific thing. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's like U2 or like a big group doing a soundtrack song, they're going to put something good at, like Ground Beneath Her Feet's a great song, or you know what I mean? Even your song Saved My Life. I think that's a great song. And that was for a kids movie that U2 did that. This was not a great song. The song
Rabbit
was
Run.
Rabbit Run. This song was awful. The song that doesn't register on my scale. It was so bad it doesn't register on my scale. There's something to me about like the Imagine Dragons type of music, OneRepublic, like overproduced, like really they're really pop groups that masquerade as rock groups, and somehow, because there's no more real rock bands, they get, you know, people call them rock bands, even though they're not. This
Yeah.
song was the song was so bad. It was so bad. I gave this a -1 out of 10. I just can't. It was everything I don't like about music. It was overproduced. It was like there's no reason this should have even made it out of the studio. This actually should have never even became an idea. Like I don't think we ever even had an idea this bad.
No, we definitely didn't.
No, like this is like,
Well, I don't know. Remember what was the lyric that we tried to rewrite bluesy bits?
well, that was just fun. I mean, at least you could say that was funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta
Yeah,
look up, John. I'm gonna look up the lyrics to the song. Can you tell the people what you think?
Yeah, I said, man, I hate this, especially because I like Assassin's Creed games. Ryan Tedder, I guess, is a good producer. He produced a couple U2 records. I think he produced some other shit that
He
I
did
might
like
like.
two songs with them.
But it's no, he did I think a couple albums. I think he did their last
Oh, did he do
album.
the last two albums? I thought he only co-produced.
Well, OneRepublic stinks. They've always stunk, but this is a different smell. I didn't even write this. I'm just talking from my soul. Um, like goddamn him. I feel bad for that international guy that was on there because I don't think he knew what he was getting into. I really don't.
Michal Tamer.
Yeah, I really, this was just so bad. He probably didn't even. Hopefully, he didn't know who OneRepublic was. And I I'd be the first one to do a song with them, but uh, not after they watch. I'll say this: Ryan Tedder, overrated producer, terrible fucking songwriter. OneRepublic stinks. 0.7 out of 10.
So these are some of the lyrics from the song. He rhymes drama with karma.
Okay.
Seen some things that other people can't see. Yeah, I'm motivated. Yeah, I'm underrated. Watch the imitators looking like me. This life's like a fantasy. Everyone wants to be on. Reach out for the things I need. But is this all just a mirage? Like, what is this? Like, this isn't even. Is this just a mirage? Is it just a mirage? Just a mirage. Yeah, I look for drama. I'm chasing karma. Seeing some things that other people can't see. Yeah, I'm on a
Now,
mission. I don't need permission. Living like I'll hit 103.
when I heard the
That's like a fifth grader
I've seen
wrote that.
I've seen some things that others couldn't see or something like that. It's like
What?
Ryan Tedder, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what? Because you're rich now and you flew
Yeah,
first
yeah.
class and like a lot of people can't do. Okay, who cares? What's that got to do with this fucking game? Is it just a
I
mirage? Is it just a mirage? And then
I it
the other guy
sounds
has a verse.
oh that might what's that translated to? I don't know if we have time to do the translation, but
I don't even want to know. I don't want to hate another person. I don't want to hate another person's music or like who they especially like I'm not gonna look Michelle Tamer up and judge him. You know what I mean? Like
after
I'm happy for
this,
him.
on this.
Yeah, I mean maybe this is a good spot for him and good for him, but man, One Republic, what are you doing?
Mm.
Wasting everyone's time. I
Well,
think if just say this real quick, if I bought Assassin's Creed Mirage and this song came on, I'd probably have to turn into an assassin and go back in time and kill myself before I even turn the game on. Like I would never want to listen to the song while playing this video game. I would turn the game off immediately and I would probably scrap my console too. I'd microwave my console so the electronics were fried so I couldn't hear it again.
so it's not good.
Just a bad song. No, just
Um,
we just like to have fun here. Well, go listen to a good song. It's called Demons and Desires.
wait, we got the last one that you threw in at the end.
Oh, that's right. See, I didn't do a note for it because I didn't know if it was official.
Let's make it real quick because we're running out of time.
All right.
Be More by Steven Sanchez. This is a Matthew uh pick. I usually do all the songs. Matthew every now and then I throw in a surprise thing.
I saw the song advertised on TikTok, and that's how I knew it was a new song that just came out. And I listened to it, and I was like, "This is worth covering for Monday Mack." And then I realized this guy's huge.
Yeah, we thought we had this up and comer.
He kind of is an up and comer. He has one giant song, and the rest of them are his stream numbers are like lower.
Wow. This is a great song. Dude's an excellent singer. Very righteous brothersy. A Matthew pick that is a wonderful a Matthew pick. This is a wonderful performance. Like his performance is a lot more emotional than even I don't know, I don't know,
He puts Wilco's
people that are
emotional level to shame.
like Christina Aguilera is like known as a singer, like a really good singer. This is more. He's not as good as Christina Aguilera, but he's more passionate. His performance is really passionate.
I
Song
think he's a
itself
way
was,
better singer than Christina Aguilera. She's not that great of a singer.
I just said a name. I don't know. Demi Lovato.
She's not that great of a singer either. You're like
Demi Lovato's a
Celine
really good
Dion.
singer. Demi Lovato is a really good singer. But regardless, song itself was pretty cool too. But this guy's like singing really brought it up for me a little bit. So I gave it a 7.7 out of 10.
Yeah, this song was cool. I like old croonery barbershop sounding songs. Which probably stems from really, really liking like that Arctic Monkeys period with like Suck It and See and all that. Because this is literally like slow down the tempo and try to write a love song in that style. And you would get Steven Sanchez. He also has a song called like Never Falling. I don't remember what the song's called, but it's his most popular one on Spotify. I think it's a good love song. It's like an 8 out of 10 song, maybe 8.5 out of 10. The song I give a 7. There's not really anything wrong with the song. It's a really strong performance. And I hope that this guy continues to put out popular music that sounds like this, because I think that would be really good for music as a whole. I think pop music should be diverse. And I think he adds a good bit of diversity to it. More Steven Sanchez and less OneRepublic, please.
Yeah.
Well, that was another week for the Monday Mack. Go listen to Demons and Desires. Go listen and support our good friend Scoopski. Their new Halloween EP is out everywhere. Today we featured Ghost in the Foyer, and oh my lord,
What a wonderful song.
what a beautiful song. John gave it 240s. I gave it 42 or 41 out of 10.
And then
we have better than that.
We have a song called Demons and Desires that's also out streaming everywhere. Link will be in the whatever you're watching.
It's at least a 6 out of 10.
Let's be honest, it's a fucking 9.6 out of 10. Let's be fucking real. Go listen to it. Go follow us. Go like and subscribe. Join the Mac Mafia. Go
find John's. Go up John's alley and say I'm up your alley, and now you're up my alley and you're in my garage.
Wash your feet. You're never gonna know who's gonna be touching them.
Speaking of feet, John, you better be careful talking about them like that.
I'm in the boot for 6 more weeks, by the way.
6 more weeks? Was that your foot on that X-ray?
No,